Hello everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing Season 2 of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. Now this will be a non-spoiler review of the series, so if you've not seen Season 2, feel free to watch this video, hear my thoughts. I'm not going to be spoiling anything for you. And yeah, so some of you may or may not know, I was a big fan of Season 1. I liked it a lot more than the average person did. I just enjoy this world, and so I'm very excited to talk about Season 2 in this greater review. Without further ado, let's get into things. So, just to list a couple of criticisms of this season to start off, I think this season did noticeably worse than Season 1 at balancing all of its plot lines. I think Season 1 did a great job of balancing the dwarves and Numenor, Galadriel, the Southlands, the Harfoots, Elrond, all that stuff. I thought it was balanced very, very well in Season 1. Season 2, I think it's a bit noticeably worse. We still get plenty of time with Elrond and the dwarves and Sauron and Olegion and all that. We get an okay amount of time with like the Harfoots, but I feel like we don't get enough time with Numenor or the Southlands this season. Like the Southlands in total probably is less than an episode of content across the 8 episodes. Numenor is probably the same way, where I feel like we just could have had more of it. The balancing is a lot worse. The balancing is very, very good in the finale, I'll say that, but it definitely feels like in the finale, like, okay, they're kind of trying to wrap up all these plot lines, which kind of needed a bit more beef, this story. The show could have just used more episodes to spend more time with these characters. But I don't think it was too horrible or detrimental to the show. But on to the positives. First off, even though I think the balancing is worse than Season 1, I think the plot is significantly better. The main plot is significantly better than Season 1. I think the main story of Sauron and Celebrimbor is phenomenal. It is so well done. It's very compellingly done. Charles Edwards and Charlie Vickers give the best performances of the show so far throughout many of their scenes, leading up to an epic, emotional finale. The whole rest of the cast is good too. Morfydd Clark is just as good as she's ever been as Galadriel. Robert Aramayo as Elrond is great. Once again, some standouts I love are Lloyd Owen as Elendil and Owain Arthur as King Durin. And the actor playing King Durin III was really, really great too. Just a very good cast all throughout. I think they did a good job handling the actors who did not return from Season 1. The visuals are just as good as ever. The action is very cool. Cinematography is great. Bear McCreary's score is phenomenal. The costume design, the makeup, the aesthetics of the Lord of the Rings and Middle-earth are just as good here as they have ever been in this show. You get pulled right back into the world. It's awesome. They do a really great job capturing that. I think I also like some of the original songs here, or not the original songs, but some of the adaptations of Tolkien songs. That's a lot of fun. I like how we get new characters from classic Tolkien works. I think Episode 4 is a fantastic episode for just classic, whimsical Tolkien fun, and I love it. And I really do enjoy, even where I don't think we got enough of these plot lines, I really did enjoy where we ended up going with the Harfoot plot line. I like how they kind of committed to some of the ideas they set up with Season 1, set up a future for the Harfoots and the Stores. The dwarf plot line was incredibly compelling. I love those characters. I love how they dealt with the rings. Not enough time in the Southlands, but I do think this season brought me on to Isildur a lot more compared to Season 1. And Numenor, once again, not a lot of stuff, but there was some compelling stuff there, especially Episode 5, and Elendil and Miriel are great, and Pharazôn is a cool kind of villain character. Galadriel, this actually has the first ever episode of the show to not feature Galadriel, which is interesting, but she still got some good stuff. Once again, Episode 4, a lot of fun, whimsical Middle-earth stuff. And the season really builds up to an epic Episode 7, which is one of my favorite fantasy battles I've seen in TV. It is astounding, it is tense, and there's some great moments there. The finale really sets up an epic, interesting future that's a lot of fun. And most episodes for the show really worked for me. I'd say the weakest for me were probably Episodes 3 and 6, which were probably slower, and I think didn't have the best balancing of pacing, but they're still interesting episodes. But Episodes 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8 were all outstanding for me. It's a really, really great season of TV. If you were kind of iffy on the first season, I don't know if this season's going to fully sell you over, but I think it is a notable improvement over the first season. It is still very, very well done. The show is really coming into its own, and I liked it just as much as the first season, if not a bit more. So yeah, definitely has its flaws with balancing and some episodes that are a bit slower, but it's still really, really great, and it sets up a phenomenal future. So I'd give Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power Season 2, screw it, 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, hope you guys like the video. Coming up this weekend are my reviews for Joker, Folie à Deux, Transformers 1, and The Wild Robot. So I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you all then. Bye for now.